gentlemen, thank you very much for giving me voice. Today I will talk about the achievements in biogas plants in view of Czech University under leadership of Professor Jana Mazansova, published in 2022 in Energies and entitled Technological, Economical, Social and Environmental Barriers to Adoption of Small-Scale Biogas Plants, case of Indonesia. By 2025, biogas is estimated to become a large part of Indonesian mix. Biogas is a renewable energy source that also has economic and environmental advantages. Domestic biogas generation has been embraced in Indonesia as a response to the country's energy security concerns in rural areas. At biogas plant in 50 years Indonesia increased to 48,000 in all regions. To develop this technology, they must substitute and properly support this development, which allow to be independent from fossil fuels and being economically, environmentally friendly. Innovation as well is due to this issue of socio-technical and socio-economic. The Professor Mazansova select 71 publications from 2010 to 2021 to show the development. This guy is such that as the country population grows, so the demand energy also increase. Amid substantial efforts to reduce fossil fuel use, carbon dioxide emission reached in 2016 2003 tons. And this in 2016 reaches 10 tons more than in 2015. According to Indonesia Energy Mix, oil, gas, coal of total energy, hydropower accounts for 18%, while geothermal for 2%. Has bigger difficulties to disseminating renewable energy to comparing to China and India due to slow hydroelectric and geothermal is unavailable because there are few fields in compared to these countries. And Malaysia has published only 10% of its 23 percentage power protect established in 2025. Indonesia has transitioning, and construction of biogas plant is one of those methods. Farmer decision to use biogas have explored several studies and influence. The trouble is also that the lack of proper education in case of education in Indonesia and requirements and some to how to solve, and the requires easily handling of this, understanding and clear knowledge. According to Katuwa Buhara, in Nepal has significant implication for agriculture production and environmental protection by reducing deforestation, reducing firewood and biomass covering growth, and positively influencing women empowerment. Obstacle to using animal and human waste as raw materials, resisted by local values and culture, have been delayed in expansion of biogas plants. But in Indonesia, some less. They incorporated various studies for adoption of biogas development there. Started employing energy mix technologies, including animal waste, human waste, household garbage, and other items fermentable. These subsidize sale of liquid petroleum or gas. However, they go to which is this discourage people change their habits. And since 2014, the government has focused boosting energy availability in rural areas, especially distant islands. According to one, the primary energy production, coal gas mining, and renewable exceeded electrification target of 93%. Renewable energy sources, included biogas, must be low cost, clean geographically, and culturally appropriate fuels. Indonesia government-owned utility. While some studies have looked at barriers to renewable energy in general, they used an integrated approach that included an analysis of factors influencing household adoption from the perspective of users and the potential adopters, and broader factors influencing the transition process from the perspective of policymakers. Second, study is contributing adoption of technological environmental policy for Indonesia is most promising location for biogas generation. The study, according to Professor Masasala, examined the recent research field, study organized in three sections: methodological, finance, and discussion, according to economical, institutions, sociocultural, and environmental issues. Here are words of semantic, which how they check how was organized, the specific structure, statistics, and this was the lead system in this procedure. This carries out the identification of keywords and how the energy fuels, DPE search was 325, while in RICO's open access was half of this, and criteria screening was potential 5,000 papers. So in we used potential to use of 25,100 papers from 11 papers, and selected some they used Pasantuma. Thus, the complete process we identified 325 the Professor Bazantson identified 325 publications, research two, researched only for LCV or MDPE. Springer or Francis Taylor. And the Branduk has using Indonesia since the 1970s. Now specifies a target of lowering greenhouse gas emission by 2023 by 2025. The Ministry of Energy Forest, biogas development is aimed at attaining the government goals of 33%. Shows the percent renewable base on last increase renewable energy mix. It was the peak in 13%. Then, unfortunately, these renewable fields are decreasing. The big depression, the crisis of renewable energy was in 2015. So this is the trouble that, however, from 2011, there were some crises, and now it's coming increase for 4 years. So we have for units introduced in 2017, 200 units of biodigester for using as fertilizer. Then constructed some improvements, and in 1990 was 325 spread in West Java, Akali, and Central Java. Then in 2002 were floating, and finally reaching in 2019 47,505 units per in Indonesia. But at this time there were several good and bad seasons, and because, for example, 2011 were decreased number in comparison to 2017, and for 2017 there is again decrease of biogas plants. Small biogas facilities can cause technical challenges that are hazardous to the environment and the user. Key findings about barriers we found at table as follows. Study of BAT discovered the lack of storage tanks and pipelines in communal digester may result in insufficient biogas production, also inadequate desire for biogas construction, and insufficient feedstock. Studies carried out by Bissner and Cillian et al. Found that biogas plants with maybe insufficient of cow and poultry manure and are not always available. Each home requires 8 head of cattle according to CAN. To produce number of biogas adoption is challenging. It is vital to consider the perspectives of biogas users. Due to lack of expertise in creating and maintaining the process, biogas adoption would be difficult. Biogas is particularly prized as renewable energy in Indonesia. However, there are too many barriers of its implementation, including high cost and comparative poor technological efficiency. So this is the key point, and ministry giving the tariffs ranging from 970 to 1,800 rupees per kilowatts of energy. So this is bigger than 2013 put to 300 rupees. So maybe it's small due to the recent cost increase, but still promising. Policy lesson from other is that government prohibition of dumping use it can change the waste management landscape and increase demand for biogas plants. Because unitary barriers don't hamper the spread of decentralized biogas in rural areas. This finding indicates that the contextual variables should be considered when developing efficient technology diffusion infrastructure. It's critical to develop guidelines to produce biogas for electricity. Indonesia needs to develop roadmap with cutting-edge policies at all levels to attract more investment and aid regulating renewable energy. Conclusion and limitations. To comply to N31 may prove under still relies on imported coal and non-renewable source as petroleum products. Indonesia with 1,700 islands, there are many solar and bioenergy sources, but the country needs to grow rapidly. It is critical to find gold middle peak that will show us that rational optimization could happen. Lack of funds is the most common reason for not establishing biogas plant. The German government and business sector must work together to design a national medicine strategy. Developing a big group of biogas experts that can offer a more suited version for certain situations is the most desired in this case. So this is all what I wanted to say today. Thank you very much for listening.